Good morning, God. Thank you for today. Please grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Good morning, world. Good morning, America. And good morning, you mother cluckers. Let's make today a good day. We're the ones in the driver's seat.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket treadless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, in the home of the
So what's up, everybody? What is it? Kiss Off, Tiger. I saw Dusty Country Road, Big Dusty, Little Dusty. Actions. What it saw? Huckleberry, Rabbit. I saw Coffee thinking she's trying to do the time thing on me like it's some kind of mind manipulation, but it's okay. I just let her go with it. It makes her day. She thinks she's an hour ahead. She's happy. It all works. So I just figured I'd check in with everybody, see how y'all are doing. Oh, whatever. Just for that. I'm also going to cool my head off since you decided you want to talk shit. So there you go. Now you can deal with the dome. Working and lurking. Right on, Colt. Wolverine. Oh, yay. The wind. I'm getting to where I but I got plans for the tree as long as I can make it to the time. So I got a company I can rent a 50-foot boom lift with, but they're waiting on some parts. They're waiting on some parts to get it fixed, and then they're supposed to holler at me as soon as that comes in. Hopefully that happens. You know, this week would be nice. So I got that. I'm kind of getting, yeah. So I'm getting the burn pile. I got the stuff that I had stacked on it, and I got it moved out over to that one. And then I've been digging up the stones right there that they've been there for 40 years. Some of them things. Anyway, slowly digging that up. I'm going to try to get this a little flatter so that I can back that boom trailer in here. The tree be number one thing, man. That's all I know. Yeah, I found one. Well, I sold a computer that I had. Uh, I sold it, and so with that money, I can rent this 50-foot boom for $350 a day, which is a full 24 hours. So I'll pick it up like that morning, and I'll just work through the night. I'm gonna get this tree cut down, and then I'm gonna back up and cut that tree over there on that side of the house that's rubbing on the roof and stuff. I'm gonna get that thing cut down since I'm gonna have it. Gonna get some of these limbs of this one cut down, and if time permitted, I'm gonna come over here and try to cut some of these little lower ones out of this oak. See if I can trim some of this one-sided stuff right here back. Well, see, it's not the truck. It's a trailer. So it's one of those towable 50-foot lifts. So basically a glorified trailer. What are you doing? You got a potty? Go potty. Sorry, I didn't mean to holler at y'all. Yeah, you're just down there carousing. You don't feel like dealing with them allergies. You got a potty? Go potty. The old man. Right after he told. Yeah. Yeah, should be safer. I just know it's got to get done. So that's my number one priority. Matter of fact, because if that lift thing was ready right now, I'd have done had it. So uh, you won't see me none this weekend because my daughter's coming up with my granddaughter for the weekend, plus have little man. So it's kind of going to be a double header this weekend. Now get on the porch. You know what's up. I don't know why you got to stand there and look at me like, okay, I'm just going to wait for you to tell me to get up there because I know I'm supposed to. I might have to do one of them Hassan thingies, and I'm gonna go. Zzz, and I'm gonna have to shock you because you're not in your place. You need to be right behind me, located. Sorry, that was just some like crested thing. Some streamer dude shocks his dog because it won't stay in place. I don't know. It's a crazy world we're in. Yeah. Well, and I've noticed, Dusty, that. Hold on. Let me do this. What's up, Eric? Swing. So where the limb's coming out that way towards the house, but down here at the base, you can't really tell. The camera don't do it justice. But this whole base area, basically the root side of where it got struck, is now the ground's raised up because that tree is tilted a little bit more. And every time the wind blows, I worry because it's just that's there's a teetering spot for everything. You don't know when that moment's going to happen. What's up, Tuck? I would never shock my dog. That's mean. I only shock other people's dogs. Oh yeah, and come to find out that streamer dude, that Hassan or whatever the hell his name is, apparently he's like a nephew to this other batshit crazy guy called Zinky Uger or something like that, who's always screaming, talking stupid shit. I don't know. It's crazy. It's a cray cray world. Hey, tonight, Mike is going to have the We All Gonna Die Wednesday. I'm assuming Livingston Man will be there. I know they didn't do the Four Horsemen because it was his wife's birthday yesterday. Yeah, that's it. The Young Turks guy. He's the fat dude. The fat dude is apparently that streamer guy's uncle. Wow, she can go anytime split like that. Yeah. Well, and that's had somebody like, hey, well, no, I can cut that down for you. And it was like, oh, what? Next thing I know, this dude shows up, friend of my stepson's, and he starts. I could tell what he was thinking because he starts walking it off, and I'm like, no, you ain't gonna be able to lay that tree. And he kept kind of walking. I said, you can't. You're not gonna be able to lay it. Just letting you know. Well, he got all the way down there, and then he goes, huh? And I go, you can't. You're not gonna be able to lay that tree. Just like come and lay it. And he goes, no. And then my stepson even goes, oh no, that's like a dead man's tree. That thing's been popped. So then he walked around to this side and he goes, oh yeah, because anybody that's cut trees know that once that tree's been popped, you're just it's Russian roulette cutting into the base of that tree. It might still have meat and you can still control it and lay it where you want it. Most of the time, it's got damage inside and you lose control whenever it finally breaks that point. That's why it's got to come down from the top. I've seen them things where you're cutting into it and it's like everything seems fine, and all of a sudden you hear pop, pop, and then it just literally will snap 8 feet up the tree, but down that split line down to where you just cut was just enough to just, and then the rest of the tree just, and then it kicks. Yeah. Some bad juju. So that's why I said, see, that's why people that understand would then understand why I said, look, if I got to climb it, I got to climb it, but it's got to be cut down from the top. You can't lay that tree. And yeah, that dude's such a useless windbag. And then somebody said how that this latest dude who is a gamer TikTok, what is it, Twitch streamer that's also on YouTube too, and then all of a sudden he's shocking his dog, and then tries to deny it, and then he gets called out. Then he's even got some of these batshit crazy friend of his that ends up just calling it out, going, "Well, no, I saw it. The prongs are taken off, so it can't shock." And it's like, oh, that blew his whole story. They weren't supposed to even be there. Plus, I think you're a dick if you do that. I get the whole control. If you're trying to keep your dog in your yard and get it to mind you, that's one thing. Although I still don't do it. I mean, I've done it. I've done it once to her, and then I told the missus, going, I can't do that. So I don't know. She'll just have to put on I don't know. She'll just have to stay in a pen or something. Then I can't do that. What's up, Grumpy? Hey, if you don't mind a mild suggestion, but the next time you do a round bale of hay, if you've got a strap or you got some rope, If you've got some rope, then double it, but lay it down in the bed of that truck, make a U and come back up on the other side of that bale and then keep those up there. So when you roll in there, you roll those over the top. Or if you got a strap is really perfect because then you can just actually run the strap up and around it. But then you can just anchor off to whatever and pull it off out of the truck. Like over at her brother's, that's what I don't do that no more because I ain't. I haven't helped them in 15 years. I'm done with them. I used to help even though they hated me, but that was the way unload some round bales when you go spreading them out around the out and about. If you do it like you said you did the one where it was half on the tailgate, yeah, then you can brake check that bad boy. Whoop-oo. Ah, so had it wedged, yeah. That makes it tougher then. But then again, then you already know your first mistake was you should have just put it on its end, or at least long ways. Long ways works now. If I'll throw another suggestion we've done around here. So if you take you a strap and run across the side of your bed from side to side and put the round bale in long ways in the bed, then you can take and hook those two together up there in the top end of that bale and hook up to something and it'll stand it right up and then actually flip it right out of there. But yeah, I'm sure it's all the shit you already know. If you get it right, you can just pop a wheelie. That makes a great bonfire. Should have loaded it myself instead of relying on someone else. Well, man, life's a journey. You know, lesson learned. It's another day. What's up, show intel? I guess somebody's trying to get somebody's attention. Yeah, I was afraid I was going to have to move all this stuff again, but I can just come right here, right damn near right through where I'm sitting. That's why I'm going to get the blocks, dig these up, and at least get it smoothed out. I'm trying to dig all that up, man. That's so funny. Talk about memory lane. What's up, Cherokee? What do we got? Back 100-mile drive. Now watching. Well, you could, Grumpy. It's just it would be pointless because hell, that was yesterday. That's over. I've done figured out. You know what? All that stress and tension over yesterday's crap, it just shortens today's enjoyment for you. That's all. You just so I'm really working on just how does that saying go? Let it just be like water on a duck's back, just roll off. Bong on. What's that, Wild Dragon? 420. Woot woot. Yeah. Man, I've been really stressing a lot lately. The tree. Somehow I'm just there. That's bad juju, man. And I just know it. And I think God's even just telling me, going, you better stay on point, better stay on task, get dealing with that tree, or else I'll just lay that thing right over on that house. And man, that's like a life changing event. I mean, hey, you're gonna deal with it, but just be another little off ramp and another highway and in a journey. We have 3 B-52s over the South Caribbean Sea right now. Hell yeah. Robs us of enjoyment today. True enough. I'm not bitchy. Just about that tree. Ain't no house insurance, Cherokee. I, yep, no house insurance. Hell, that thing don't even qualify for insurance no more. Matter of fact, hell, I guarantee you, if I lived in some of the counties where I know I've heard other people talk about living, hell, they'd have probably done in and come in and condemned my shit. I wouldn't be able to do nothing. Well, that's why I'm grateful where I'm at. I can do anything I want right here as long as I don't disturb the main septic system, the main tank. I can even add on to the tank. Mounting additional jerry can mount brackets, gonna be sweet. Hell yeah, Carl. Man, that's my next thing after I can achieve this little tree hurdle, get this dealt with. Now, okay, move on. You better leave the damn bird alone. Um, a vehicle. That's my next thing. I'd like to become self-insured, tired of giving my money to corporations and don't give two craps about me and mine. Yep. Well, we got good coverage on the vehicle because that's got to more worry about other people. Which with the missus, she's a mighty deer hunter with a vehicle, son. She's done racked up. Oh, let's see. Over the years, she's done racked up $3 in a doe. Oh, and a hog. That's right. Yep. The first buck was my old truck that I had when I met her, and then that truck got totaled. And then she's done tagged. We had a let's see, we had a what was that? Some kind of van, an Uplander or some shit like that. She had drive that to work for a little while. That was good for two deer. I think that was a doe and a buck with that. Then we got the road car, and so far the road car has been good for a buck and a hog. So, yep. I just need to stop that shit. But yeah, the tree, man, the tree. It's all about the tree. Brush guard can slice and dice deer. I don't know, man. The missus just has a talent. And I will give her credit though that the last one that hit the side of the car, that really wasn't her doing. I think somebody was chasing some out the woods because she was just kind of tracking, hitting it down that farm market road, and there ain't nothing on it. And then just out of nowhere, this buck just comes shooting out the wood line and just was in full bore and blow right into the side. So I have a feeling it was being chased. What's up, Matt? Afternoon, sir. Afternoon. My uncle totaled a minivan last spring with a huge hog, ran right in front of him. Oh yeah, man, them hogs are something else. That ain't nothing but solid meat, man. One of my old friends, he's gone now, but right over here by the river, he was going to work one night in a little Chevy Love pickup and hit a freaking cow, dude. That totally, man, it mangled that truck. It just like, no, it wasn't deer and rut. That's the one thing that sucks about having this fence up nowadays. We used to have little herds of whitetail that'd come through, and then we got some axis deer around here. Got me some deer whistles on my grill. I'm not sure if it attracts or scares them off. Yeah, I've never. I don't know. We've tried them. Don't I? Don't. I could. I'm always make fun of them nowadays. Like I don't know if they work or not. Oops. Excuse me for the noise. Funny, I used 270 destroy deer head. Didn't think it bow season. Oh my god! Somebody got a miss and some cylinders on that thing. So he 270 what? 270 grain head or 270 rifle or 270 grain rifle round. Wondering if cops get pissed at me shot a deer with rifle. Okay, so you hit it with a 270. And you hit it in the head? Why'd you shoot it in the head? You just said to hell with it? My son's going to see how well his 300 blackout will do this year. Well, I'm still taken back by the headshot. So, do you intentionally shot it in the head, a deer in the head? And I don't mean this disrespectful, but is it because the lung or heart shot is too hard, or I'm just asking? I'm not quite sure, Cherokee, how to take that because I'm just reading text, so I don't have a tone or demeanor behind that. But I would like to think that's not in some kind of weird reference to you shot the deer because it was like totally cool to shoot Charlie Kirk or something, and maybe I don't know. I don't really know. Don't even want to think about it actually. What's up, Rubber Nick? Ballistics on a 300 black is the same as 308 out to 100 fine. Yep. Oh, I would. I mean, to be honest, the 300 blackout, I know like there's plenty of people around here. A good 200 shot is easy. You know, at work on break. Roger that, Rubber Nick. I'm on break too. I'm prying. Yeah, I've been digging up the fire pit because man, it just that's what I was gonna say a while ago. It's like memory lane. Hell, I find spark plugs, little hinges from stuff that was burnt in that thing. There's just bed springs from old mattress that was burnt there. Just all kinds of stuff. Uh, military training wheel. Right. I know it's hot down here, man. I don't know what the deer season's gonna be like down here. Probably pretty scarce, actually, I would think. And unless we could get us a cool spot coming in. At the old place we hunted out to 300 yards. Where I hunt now, 150 yards shows a long one. Oh, there you go. What's up, Carolina country? Homesteading. I got, what is that, gmail.rescue? Yep, that would be me. Actually, I believe it's brian.rescue at gmail.com. Finally eating some breakfast. Well, it's about dang time, Tiger. I'm sure your body was wanting some grub. 30, 50 yards is a long shot around here, Ruby. Shoot, man, you get out here on some of these old, these pipeline runs. Sounds like a little bitty motor. Some of these highline runs, man, you can see for a while. And then there's people around here that's got they got good sized deer leases, and then there's also some hunting spots that you can get on that are actually part of the forest, the lumber biz, and those are bigs. Those are hard for the long shots though, because most of that's all it depends on when. If you catch them after they've harvested, then you're getting a good clear cut, and then as you catch them, but after they've been there for a few years, hell man, that's a thick, fast forest, and you can't no clearing shit on those. You got to just deal with what you got. Excess plane is squawking 7700 emergency landing. Oh, Pete Hegseth is calling for an emergency landing. Where's that? Where's that coming from? Show intel. Just out of curiosity. I like 300 yard to 150. What's up, Trent? Vision preparedness. What's up, bro? How are you, man? What's up, Michael? Uh, Flight radar. It's all about ethical hunting. Sure, we could take shots out to 600 yards. Would it be a clean kill or shooting across someone's property? Well, yeah. Well, I guess for, yeah. Down here, it's the thing around here is usually heart or lung shot. You know, every now and then, you kind of get that freak accident where you snap a spine type thing, but picked a bucket of habanero peppers. What? Sounds like a few good jars of cowboy candy right there, buddy. Show says he was south of Ireland, turned around, now he's over England. Well, we have an election coming, so there's going to be stuff. And the heavier the populated area, it's the worse it's going to be, I think. Never chased a deer in my entire hunting life. Never plan to either. Oh man, I don't ever try to chase no deer neither. Hell, you can't catch them. Now I have tracked a few blood trails to go on and find them. Just picking fun on the words. Probably landing at Middenhall. Oh Lord. So have y'all been freaking out over the Qatar base thing that's going to be, what is it, in Idaho? I think it's in Idaho is where I've heard some funny stuff. It's a panicking time. I'll say that, man. There's so much. Not so much. Utah. I forgot which one. It's not. It's being. I think and intentionally being spun up into a big deal. I mean, we do that with other countries, and it's not that they're getting their own base; they're just getting a spot to learn how to fly the planes that they're buying from us. And it's like that. People, if they'll just look into it, just because they get a certain plane doesn't mean they're getting our version of that plane. Oh, there she is. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to work on that here lately. I'm trying to. I will say I think I might have insulted people, or maybe I have kind of because I have talked in a probably a wrong way. Really, I mean, I just because I don't really know how life is where some of y'all are. It's just not what we experience. It's not our day to day life. So I think I probably have come off, I don't know, like a smart ass or just an asshole in a way sometimes. And I kind of look back on that and I reflect and kind of go, because me and the missus, we were talking. I said, you stop and think about it, and it's easy to kind of just go, I don't get it. I said, but I don't know what life is like that. You know that. And she goes, yeah. And I go, we ain't never been in no spot where you walk out your door and you get your little 5 yards of front yard and there's a sidewalk and a paved street and there's somebody right across and right there and there and there and there. And then you walk 4 blocks to a store and the kids go, 8 blocks to the school and you go 5 blocks this way to the bank. And we've just never, I did when I was young, you know, growing up. My mom was outside Houston. My dad had cattle stuff, so it was both. And so, I'm gonna try to fix that. I'm working on myself, so I'm just, I'm not a. I just don't want to ever come across like because I don't know, man. I don't know how life is like that. I don't. Me and the missus are talking. I can't. I said, do you think that we would have stayed like if we had lived in Houston and everything was breaking loose and you were scared to go to the store or scared to go to work and she even said she goes, we wouldn't have stayed. And I said, I know, right? It just that's man. If I don't feel comfortable with my wife going to work or my kid really like being able to go to school, that's and so I've come off like an asshole, and I really didn't mean to. I just it's because my lack of understanding of where some people live and what they go through. That's all. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's all a work in progress. You're always offended, kiss off. I think Trump is looking at it like Qatar is investing in our country. Well, and it's if you get them like I get it. We don't like the evil corporations because they're screwing American dream. But if you think of it on that side of things, if you get them kind of where they like to trade with countries and they like being part of the good old boy club kind of, then that's a good way to get them to these little jihadi dudes to chill out, because these people got like their value of humanity is a little different than everybody else's. So hey, let's get them used to doing some trade. Don't y'all want to be able to do this? And you don't want to get your ass smoked, right? And let's just, you know, I think that's kind of, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, that dude ain't going to do everything. And just for all the people that like to, oh, I'm a Trumper and I'm brainwashed and whatever. He pissed me off with the vaccine thing. This whole he got that booster, and I'm like, God dang, man, But you know what? That's him. Do you, boo? As long as he ain't going to try to tell nobody to do it, you know. And so he does things that piss me off. I still think it's the Gulf of Mexico. So it is what it is. But man, for the best part is like I do still think he has the best interest for the country. I don't think he would do anything. I'm not saying bad shit won't happen. I just don't think he would do it intentionally because he's got a. I mean, even if you don't like the dude, he's a business guy. He's got a legacy. Why would you want to like shit all over the country that actually is your legacy? Because if as soon as you're out and you've shit on it, you know, don't have a legacy no more. Even so, I think he does have. Doesn't mean I agree with all his decisions or his way of doing things. Hell, half the shit he does, I don't even know what the hell he's doing. You know, I mean, so and no tuck, not the Gulf of Florida. You guys are polluted with an ocean on your other side. You don't get to lay claim. Jihadis will trade with us and then use what we sold them to kill us. Yeah, well, possibly. But then again, if we kind of are starting to keep tabs on them, because it's like the good old saying goes, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. So I don't know. Depends on, you know. Yes, Michael, I actually going to have little man this weekend and my daughter and my granddaughter coming up from Florida. So I'll be with my granddaughter too. So we're gonna BBQ, man. We're gonna have a good time. This is gonna be like a most awesome weekend. I'm gonna make it so, dag nabbit. What's up, Pat? The Gulf of Texas. They could have attacked Israel, but they didn't. And Qatar was hosting Hamas. Well, you know, and seeing once again, you start to wonder. I don't know. You know, there's always all the stories, and you just wonder. Well, okay, I get it. This one might be full of shit, but then what makes this one right? So you kind of just wonder. And like I said, you know, I just don't think he's going to at least. I don't think he's going to try to sell us out. You know, cover by CQ. What? Regards from over the pond. Roger that, sir. Hope things are well for you and the fam. We're doing pretty good down here. Man, Paxton, I got to say, Paxton, our attorney general, he sure has been he's been going at cleaning up election shit, so that's good. Cleaning up the voting side and then the ballot side. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure hoping people in some of these other states are paying attention to the races they got coming up next month. Because I think that's why there's an intentional distraction. There's bills on the table. Texas, we got quite a few state constitution amendments on the table. Now, granted, they're on the good side, or what I would see as the good side, but then you start to wonder, well, what other states are doing it that are not on the good side because they don't want to lose power? And if people are more worried about some rock up there or, you know, the Qatar jet thing, although we've got other countries we've done that with, you know, and there is no overnight fix. So, but then again, you know, see, it's easy for me. I mean, like I said, I don't know how it is where, because some of y'all live in little bitty states, man, yeah, you get kind of controlled by your metropolitan cities. Dominion learning system has been sold. Yeah, that was a heck of a change there, Rabbit, because they're talking about going through all of them. So that took a big old card off of the other side's table to use. Rescue, did you see they ruled all 15 counties in Arizona must verify? Yeah, I'd seen something. That was one of the states. There's been some good stuff. That's what I try to tell people because now, if it's enough, I don't know. You know, but you can't. I know we can't let up, and that is what worries me. Because this man, if we lose the midterms and they get control, they will impeach his ass. And when dude, I don't know if I'd call that civil war, but I know the shit's fixing to hit the fan. What's up, PJ? They're still doing mail-in ballots in Arizona. Is that? But that isn't that oh man, is that the Maricopa County? Isn't that where that? Gosh dang, what's that goose or gu- Goulion or I don't know. I think that was one of those main hubs, wasn't it? And hell, I got chat paused. Don't be looking at me. I'm not. Yeah, I don't see. I don't know if that's hearts. I see some little squiggly. I guess it could be a heart and then a squiggly under. Expect the worst, pray for the best. Well, more like prepare for the worst and pray for the best. Because it's always better to have and not need than to need and not have. I can. That's Galagos. That's that dude. Yeah, Reuben. That was it. Reuben. Isn't that it? Reuben. I don't know, man. I remember during all that stuff, I just wanted to go through the screen and just punch him in the face. Him and that, who is the redheaded dude? Oh, man. And didn't he become something too? Like, isn't he, like back then he was over the election stuff or something, but he was that redheaded, freckle faced dude that would just lie right out his ass looking dead at the camera. I can't remember that guy's name. Oh, yeah, that dude just was. Hmm. I don't recall. What did Grumpy say? Well, he wasn't even talking to you that I saw. Kiss off. I put in flooring in my office / Wyatt's room. Oh, there you go, PJ. We have a dimmer. Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, Intel, man, that's, yeah. What happened with Arizona, that's just, yep, Mark Kelly, useless shit. I was telling you, man, I was sure hoping that, oh, man, who was the little Marine dude? It's been so long, and I used to follow him because I really was hoping that, man, they were going. Damn, I can't remember that little guy's name. He's part of the state, I guess, a representative or something. I don't know. I might have to go back and look just so I can. Then I'll remember. So what y'all got going on a Wednesday? Hump day. No, it wasn't the Mark Kelly Intel because he's a worm. I mean, he's a worm. No, this one was a good guy. This was one of the uh, short guy, the Marine. Him and I think there was a. Oh man, I wish I could look that stuff up because they were like pushing for Kerry Lake too. Sonny Bo Sonny Bo Ornello or something. Sonny. It was Sonny something, I think. He was a stocky little Marine dude. And the other guy, they used to call him Badger, Honey Badger. Can't remember what his name was. Getting ready for a meeting in 15 minutes. Well, I hope it's a good meeting. Oh, oh well, that's not a good sign. That's a life flight bird. I always wonder whenever I worry when I see the life flight. Just got back from Social Security office and lunch out at Fuzzy tacos with a side of margarita. No, Rabbit, not Eli Crane. He's a pretty cool dude. He's up in the Washington side though, and he's the Navy SEAL. Dakota Meyer. No, man. It was sunny because it was him, and they were going at the election on how the whole counting went down, the BS, and let's see. Sonny Borelli, Mohave County. I think he was a former. He might not be in now. Sonny Borelli. That's it. Let's see if we can get a picture of him here. There you go. That's what it was. That was 2023. I don't guess he's in the state senate anymore. Oh man, and I meant to. Okay, Roger that. Roger that, sir. Oh wow, I've never tried that. I guess I'll make sure it works. I watched them. No, that's what Storm Lysol. It's much for free. They should have been arrested. Oh, well, see that. Oh man, that's. Oh, Vision. Yeah, that's right. He's headed out. He's got his meeting. Good luck with the meeting. Hope all goes well. Make it a great one. That's it. Because we in the driver's seat, because that's how we roll. Rescue Hubby was wondering if you were okay since you weren't on Monday or Tuesday. Well, yes, ma'am. Monday was a holiday on the federal side, so the banks were closed, so the missus was home, so we just kind of chilled. And then yesterday, I was just, man, I was so just focused. I'm just trying to, because this tree, so I made calls and I got things lined up. And because I'm really, it's just a bad juju. It's the ticking time bomb. And it really has me worried because that's just, it's like everybody around here doesn't really take it so serious. They're just like, well, okay, we'll get, you get around to it. We'll get to it, and they'll take it. And it's like, no, you don't seem to understand. See, and that's when I tell my kids going, well, it ain't going to affect none of y'all directly. And then the missus, she's going to be able to grab her clothes and go over to her parents' house. It's me and the dogs that are going to be stuck here in a tent out here camping it out. So it's a life-changing thing. So I really would trying to work my ass off to prevent that from happening. But I got a plan. I just got to finish digging out this pit, get the rocks moved, or I might just put them in the pit afterwards. Just it can be a little bit of a dip. I just need to be able to back up right here, and then set the outriggers down, and then that way I can get to that limb. Sunny is in the okay. Well, I'm glad. I hope he's still there. I haven't followed it here these past, you know, once everything kind of past couple of years. Haven't really stayed on top. I hear things and I don't. I need to stay more focused because I want to stay more positive. Yep, Monday was Columbus Day. Yep, Columbus Day. I think Trump is going to invoke the Insurrection Act. I I don't know. I'm kind of I agree, but then there's always that concern about opening Pandora's box kind of thing. It's like you can let emotions get the best of you and you can react. A lot of times that's usually doesn't lead to a good thing. So that's my concern. I mean, I see the need for it. I personally think we ought to be locking up the governor and the mayors. It's like the Portland police, that just stand there. I'm sorry, don't we have a judicial system? So like, if they're not going to enforce, because see, I don't know if this is everywhere. Then maybe I know here in Texas, it don't make a shit if you're a DPS officer, if you're a Texas Ranger, if you're a county deputy, if you're a city cop, if you're a game warden, if you're a constable, if you are a sworn law enforcement, then part of that is you is to if it's even if it's not your jurisdiction, you detain somebody until the jurisdiction can get there if you see a crime being committed. So when you watch people sit there and assault federal officers and throw things, that's the one thing I will say. There's another thing I'll say if I had my 2 cents with Trump. It's like, dude, this little shit that's going down up there, you need to get up there. I don't give a shit, dude. Open them gates and have a water cannon vehicle right there. Get your damn fire truck down there and put a water cannon right there. And then you announce going, no, you'll clean the streets. And then you just start spraying them feet, wash that shit down the road. And when they come back, then just start going out and cuffing them in federal. Matter of fact, extradite them off to a different federal judge or have one come sit right there. Appoint a temporary federal judge to hold court right there at the ICE facility and then lock them up and then sentence them to 10 years. You're going to federal pen for 10 years. Now, do y'all still want to keep doing this? Then fine. But, at some point, you've got to, this is why I don't think there could be a civil war because I'm not sure you can get half the people saying, well, no, we don't want any law and order, and the other half actually saying, no, we want law and order. There's a chunk that doesn't want any, but then there's even some on I don't know if you'd want to call it the Patriot side, the Republican side, conservative side, the other side besides them, whatever that might be named. Well, they don't want laws. They don't want, the law and order either. So now what do you do? And we were a nation built on laws and we had an agreement and we just stopped holding people accountable. And now everybody's mad because, well, there's a bunch of batshit crazy people doing batshit crazy stuff. But damn it, we either have law and order, and to me, just sitting there, let that shit go by night after night, bullshit, man. I mean, it's kind of like when the Democrats want to do the whole, well, they're not an illegal alien, they just came over here, illegally, but that doesn't mean they broke a law. And it's like, what? Illegal means you broke a law. A misdemeanor is still a law. You broke a law. And it's that word salad shit. See, well, hell, to me, they're doing the same thing by letting that shit go every night. Get out there and know, you know what? There's consequences to your decisions. There's consequences. We need to start showing them consequences. You can't get away with that everywhere else. Well, why not? So then why are you allowing that, city law enforcement to allow that? I'm hoping that old Pam Bondi, the Department of Justice, I hope they lock that police chief up and whoever made that call to lock up that reporter, dude. I hope they pay a price. Here we go. Nationwide No Kings protest this Saturday. Yep. Well, I'm gonna be chilling here, barbecuing with my grandkids, and actually, then my grown kids too. My kids and my grandkids. We just gonna have a family throwdown right here. This that is the biggest gripe I have with those on the right. Talk, talk, but no action. The other side burns cities to the ground. Well, I get it trying to do things within the scope of the law. I understand that, and that it then looks different than the other side. But when it's that, I'm sorry, is it illegal to throw something at a federal officer? Yes. Okay, then how come you're not arresting them? You know? And it's like, well, it's no, there's no will. It's either illegal or it's not. And that's yeah, no, that's now I could gripe about good old Trump with that one. See, I mean, I guess people just misunderstand it because I don't gripe about him and stuff and jump on the hate train that I must be just well, I am a bootlicker. That's why I've been called a bootlicker. I'm a bootlicker. Although I can't even reach my own boots to lick them, and I'm not into the flavor of like leather or rubber. So, but hey, okay, that's cool. I've been called a lot of things. Hell, that's probably the more mild. Matter of fact, you could probably call me that out in public. People wouldn't even know what the hell you were talking about around here. So, I got an interesting story for you about what happened to me yesterday. An airline broke on my truck and I was blocking the flow of traffic. I sat there for an hour and 15 minutes. The state police frustrated me, threatening this and that if I didn't get the truck moving, but yet protesters can block traffic and nothing happens to them. Hope Kissoff got an appointment at 2:15. Big hugs. All right, ma'am, you're in my thoughts and prayers. I hope they don't lock you up. If they start doing a sanity test, try to leave, try to run. Uh, and if they put you in the loony ward, just have Chuck let me know. I'll send you cookies and apple juice. I'm just picking. Big hugs. Love you. They say it's just a misdemeanor if they break it not a law. Left moving, mincing words and confusing the already dim-witted. Yep. And Michael, I can see. I can't believe you sat there for an hour and 15, man. Woo! In the actual traffic. And Texas would have done had a wrecker there. Texas would have had a wrecker there and pulled you over to the side or something. They'd have been on the phone with the company going, look, you get a wrecker over here to get this thing out of this traffic. Or they'll call the one on rotation as far as around here. So I don't know. And but that's, yeah, I don't know why they let the protesters. Hell, I don't understand like these damn illegals that can't even read the road signs and somehow somebody thinks it's a good idea to give them a driver's license. It's like, does that really make sense to you? I mean, they cannot read the road signs, but you're going to give them a license. I watched one dude get arrested, and when the border dude, the ICE guy, was asking him, about his identity and legal papers or anything to identify he's a citizen, and he just kept saying, "I got a driver's license," and it was like, "Oh Lord!" It's like, no, you're going back to Guatemala. What's up, best life? Protesters don't have the pleasure of being protected when they're blocking traffic. So if I was able to mind control, I wouldn't use my powers to change the time. I would be on my own private island. You already kind of are, though, Coffee. Welcome back, though. You're kind of in this fantasy land that you're an hour ahead, that you're faster than the rest of us. And, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody's got to have their happy place. I'm just picking. One day, actually, I totally understand it too. So, are there people? I mean, everybody understands the time change, right? I mean, I hear people go, "Man, why can't it just be the same?" And it's like, well, because it just doesn't work that way. But then that causes a conflict with some of the other theories, because but when things are turning, then there's a reason. Plus, man, y'all ain't got much. Y'all ain't got no land up there. You're just like a little landmass sticking up off the. And so you kind of got to give y'all something. So I guess they decide, hey, let them think they're an hour ahead of us. They'll be happy. Never. Thing that upsets me. Where the thing that upsets me is they want to punish you for something totally out of your control, but protesters don't get in trouble for something they can't control. Well, that's because they've done this mind jacking on even what the hell a protest is. Somehow now the defining definition of a protest means I stand out here with gas masks, backpacks that have bottles of urine or rocks or I got bear mace, I've got fireworks explosives, and I throw these at the law enforcement officers because I'm protesting something. It's kind of like when all the little dumbasses with the George Floyd crap. So people get mad about the cop up there, even though all that was a lie. But okay, we're all mad. He put his knee on the neck. And it's like, but you are like lighting up private businesses and beating the shit out of older people that have a family owned business. Like in you're just what kind of shit is this? And so it's been redefined now. That's why I'm telling you, man, we need to redefine that shit. We need to get it back right. Not on eggs, it does not. Oh, ketchup rules. Oh my god. Yeah, for French fries or tater tots, onion rings. Not on eggs, man. Come on now. We all grew up. I used to do that when I was a kid. Fuck you, I'll put it on eggs if I want to. No, you're not allowed, Carolina, so now what? Uh huh. Oh my God. And there goes Rabbit with the Miracle Whip. That's just wrong on so many levels. I know, right? Man, ketchup on eggs. Rabbit's doing mayonnaise on eggs. I mean, Miracle Whip, not even mayonnaise. Now, I do. I like mayo on some bread on an egg sandwich. Look, now Kobe's like, Rabbit, I just unfriended you. I know Miracle Whip. Ooh. Show and tell mashed potatoes and green beans. Wait, ketchup with on mashed potatoes and green beans? And then she's actually saying on eggs. Oh my goodness, look at all this. Well, if anybody was hungry, you won't be now after listening to all those combos. No, no, I never. I more the documentary, but no. Rescue there putting ketchup on eggs. I know, and Miracle Whip. Like, ew, I can't even put why? What's up, zombie force? Man, you know what you do? You scramble you up some eggs and you take your little Tony Chachere's and you put you some Tony Chachere's on it. And then you take you some Louisiana hot sauce and you go splashy, splashy, splash. That's good eggs. Flow. I'm going to call you Flo, Carolina. I still do because I'm a ketchup on eggs kid, you know. I put strawberry jam on hard boiled eggs. What? I've never heard of such. There's strawberry jam on the toast, but the hard boiled egg, you just sprinkle a little salt on that bad boy and let her rip, tater chip. Miracle Whip is better in the trash. Yes. Fully agree. Fully agree. Dun, 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 dun. Good old Mike Lindell with his pillow offers. I always get sale things. Mm, okay. What did I miss? What did I miss? Miracle is you survived eating it, right? Everybody needs a miracle. Body into shape. Actually, ketchup mixed with mashed taters is quite good. Well, I mean, I guess if your taters suck, they do. You need something to cover it up. It's kind of like steak sauce. I mean, I guess if your steak sucks, then you need some good steak sauce. So she said, "Kiss my grits." Oh Lord, yep. Just needs the beehive up there and get their little old flower apron with the little white flower collar off the thing and kiss my grits. We'll have to get her a name tag. Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Put that cheat on everything. Well, ketchup is just a cover food, so I mean, that's what ketchup is. Just I don't know. Just gotta, I guess, better cooking, less ketchup. Worse cooking, more ketchup. You got to have the cover flavor. It's kind of like people that go, "Oh, I can cook a steak," and what they really do is produce a slab of shoe leather, and then they throw steak sauce on it. And see, don't it taste good? And it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, this Heinz 57 sauce tastes good while I'm chewing on this leather. So I guess if the taters or the eggs are, overdone or something, then you kind of cover it up with some good old ketchup, and it's kind of like, it's good. Yeah, it tastes just like ketchup. I'm just saying. I like Tapito hot sauce on everything. Is that the one with the wooden round top? I always forget the name of that one, but I love that hot sauce. It's got the little round wooden ball on the cap. I always forget the name. I just recognize the bottle. I was just eating some cheesy poofs with Miracle Whip a bit ago. Ooh. Rabbit, you're just going to be a walking chemical thing. You just don't even get no ideas about that damn bird. You let that bird just sit over there and chill. Bacon bits. Cheesy Poofs is Rabbit's new name, right? He's a cheesy poof. We got Flo and Cheesy Poof. I think that's like Chola or something. Yeah, see, I always forget the name. I'd have to look. I just remember it. Oh, it has the round wooden ball on top. That's a good flavor in hot sauce. I put that. I put that in my beans. I put that on a brisket if I'm barbecuing a brisket. That goes into part of the glazed stuff on a brisket that I do. It's just that's one of the sauces. It's not hot, not to me. It's not hot, but it's got a good flavor. I can probably come up with a new name for you too, coffee. Well, coffee needs to be like Flash because she seems to keep thinking she's like an hour ahead of everybody else. Grew up near a nigger, so that's why he's in. Cholula is the one. Okay, I just know I like the flavor of that. Yeah, man, I got into some poison oak the other day whenever I was cutting the stuff off of that. It was kind of funny. Then the missus was like, "Oh no, how are you going to get rid of it?" I said, "Ah, it'll wear off. If it gets too itchy, I just go in there and take some scalding hot water and kind of get it and it stings, and then just like, okay, cool. Scrub her down with Irish Spring. Is it poof a flash or smoke or both? Well, no, rabbit is cheesy poof, and Carolina's flow, Isla, and then coffee is flash. Well, we need something. Would you get over here and just lay down and chill? See, leave the bird alone. The bird's just trying to eat some of the old chicken seeds. So just, Isla, leave the bird alone. She ain't doing nothing. Isla. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to pay attention to y'all, but she is so. Hey, no, don't focus on them. Just let the birds do their thing, man. Yeah, that's it, Rabbit. It's not much different than the tapeo. My spelling is probably wrong. No way. Spell check, spell check. That's it. Holding you accountable. Oh, man. Hyla, just don't worry about the ding dang bird, please. So the little dove come down and is pecking around on where the coop used to sit because there's still stuff on the ground. And it's just driving her nuts because she just wants to go attack it. I got a barrel of cheese balls the other day. My tongue hurts from eating so many. Coffee says, "Oh my God, I'm in my cubicle trying to Isla. Leave the poor bird alone. Stop." Trying desperately not to laugh out loud, and I'm holding it in. Kind of something like I'm. The next thing you know, somebody gonna peek over the top of your cubicle, going, "Are you okay?" Would you just leave the bird alone? I know we're getting Isla. Right there, you go, Carolina. Tell them to kiss your grits. You might not have a job. That would not be good timing. Not good timing at all. Oh, let's see. So we got Hudson Valley and prepping tonight. We all gonna die Wednesday. Got cola later tonight. and I forgot what she named hers for Wednesday. I can't wait for this weekend, man. It's gonna be cool. I mean, have my grandbabies here, have my kids here. Just hope they don't act like assholes. But you know, it's my kids. They can. They're there. It's possible. What's up, Song of the South? Yeah, that I read. I heard a little bit about that this morning. That Amish farmer, and then man, the way the call came in, he thought that they had taken his 8 year old kid too, but they ended up not taking him. But and then I know the one mug shot I saw of one dude that's a real piece of crap. But then you can sue. You can tell them you identify as a snowflake or something. Fixing to pull my big lady today or tomorrow. She's definitely ready. Oh wow. Excess plane had a crack in the aircraft window. Ooh. Cola with a K. She's a young lady that does the shows at night. Uh, has a panel and they talk about all kinds of stuff. It is Best Life's Better Half. So quiet. Yeah, I got to get down to the meat store. Get some burger, meat, and possibly a brisket. Might just stick with some steaks or something like that, or might just get like a brisket chunk and then cut it up to do it on the griddle. Because come to think of it, I don't know. I don't have any really good oak or hickory wood to smoke with. So I just caught the cheesy poos comment. Amish quote. Wait, where did I miss? Cash Trump live at 3 p.m. Could be interesting. Soak it with vinegar with mother, then wash it with a bacteria will heal faster. Oh, I kind of scald, and if they swell up to where they get little bubbles to them, then I just pop them, and then I go in there with hot water and Irish Spring, and I wash them up and scrub them down real good, and then it'll go away. Hey, Miss Cheryl, Brony, afternoon. My ASL classes are on Wednesday nights, so I miss. That's a minute. Karen Risky Meat Store, i.e., the woods, water, or my yard. Well, we have a couple of local farmers, and they they when they're harvesting, that becomes our little meat market down here. So it's not a meat market like the cattle's from right. I mean, I guess if you wanted, you could probably even go. Wait, was that part of the cattle that were right out there? And then you'd even know which one it was. but it's local farmers right here. That's what I mean. Yeah, because I'm actually really leery of getting meat from anywhere else nowadays because you don't know if people give a shit like you give a shit. You know, Rabbit. I never saw the people you said. Oh, Buddy Brown said he worked with a man named Brisket. He took all day to do something. Cola, yes, she's a great live stream. Lots of fun, good information. I got a call right when you talking about shows tonight. Cola Live. There you go. And there's the link. But yeah, and see, and that's actually another reason why I'm kind of want to grow to where I get big enough to I can just give out chickens and stuff. So then it's kind of like it's that's my little part around here. I mean, there's people that charge for theirs around here, and that's their biz. I don't care. I just want to give them away though. What do we got? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I think I see what. Yeah, well, that ain't none of me. Ain't none of mine. Yeah, that was cool pictures, Rabbit. Too bad you don't record yours because I'd be kind of curious to see like how the trimming goes and how that what it looks like afterwards and then part of the curing and then after that I didn't know Cola was doing live streams. Oh yeah, this she's been doing them on Wednesday nights. Like I thought I'd seen you on there. Yeah, she's had it for several months. Yeah. What does a chicken cost? What do you mean? Well, these were a few of them were given to me, and then I basically hatched the others. So my live last night went by so fast. I listened to Grumpy for just a few, but then I go with my reading, and then I go usually lay down and start trying to clear my mind. That's kind of my thing. I try to clear my mind at night as I'm going to sleep because otherwise I don't sleep well. I'm always she used to laugh I'd work in my sleep and I'm not doing sweating now. It's starting to itch. You go back to sweating and doing. What time am it? 1:30. What have I been doing this an hour and a half? Well, alrighty then. Yeah. Uh, Tomorrow night, Thursday night, is vision preparedness, and I will be a guest on visions tomorrow night. What is ASL coffee? Is it possible to mail a chicken? Well, I mean, I guess they mail the chicks and things. I think, don't they? I mean, I think you can get that shit online. And I think you can buy the eggs and they get shipped to you. I don't know if you can get like a whole chicken. I mean, you can get one if it's already been defeathered and it's ready to go in the cooker, or it's already been cooked. But I don't know about a live one. What's the old man doing? Okay. Uh, so let's see. You got Colleton. You got Hudson Valley. And then you got uh, Cola. Oh, there you go. Caroline says baby chicks. Yes. So apparently you can baby chicks. And Eric's back. He just woke up. Woke up in the office chair again. They're nodding off, Eric. Nodding off. Wait, now Coffee's like, okay, maybe it wasn't you. What wasn't him? Oh, what is ASL? They mail chicks all the time. Uh huh. Caroline says, y'all, I got a skedaddle. After a while, crocodile. Make it a good day, ma'am. I will definitely be seeing you tomorrow. Won't see anybody this weekend though, cause I'm gonna be with little man and then my granddaughter. Man, I hadn't seen her in a minute. Make it a good day, Miss Carolina. Right there you go, coffee. Make it a good day, Flo. Grits rule. Yeah, I gotta say a good old bowl of grits and butter. I likes that. Throw a little toast off in there. That is me. Never had a grit. Well, ma'am, you just don't know what you's missing. You need to at least get you some like Uncle Ben's grits and try them. Just try some grits. I'll be heading down to our pantry here in a few minutes. Free produce day. Oh, grits and eggs. Yeah, that was always a good little breakfast. Had some eggs, some sausage. You'd have you some toast, some grits. Maybe you might even have a couple pancakes. Cheesy grits. Yep. Well, hey, I'm going to get back at it. I got to try to get a lot done by this weekend. So, but I'll check in with y'all tomorrow. And remember, you got Hudson Valley later tonight, and then after that, you got Miss Cola, and then tomorrow is Vision Preparedness. And hey, I'll see y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It was good to see and hear from y'all. Glad everybody's doing good. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to what's going on. You know, the best thing you can do is start to increase your peripheral and your observance boundaries as far as you can, so you can kind of become more aware of possible problems. Even if it doesn't pertain to you, just avoid the conflicts, you know. Well, Carolina, I'm fixing to call it, ma'am, because I'm going to get busy. This wind's a blowing pretty good, and I want to kind of be, as soon as I get a call, I want to be ready to go get that boom. So, and I'll film that, so I won't leave y'all out on that one. I'll record it, probably go live, or I might just record it and then post it. But hey, you know, I will say this because I will end this on. I'm not quite sure what all I said Saturday, but I think I must have said some stuff that, it ruffled feathers, and I'm not quite sure. I don't remember intentionally trying to ruffle feathers, so hey, it is what it is, and all I'll always recommend, man, if anybody's ever wonders about something or you got questions about what I say, email me. Message me if you got my number. And just say, hey, what was up with that, and then I'll share. I mean, I'm pretty much just an open book, so I am who I am, and I share all the stuff. I don't make shit up. So sometimes I say goofy shit, and tomorrow I might say something else. I'm just a person. I'm just a people too. Coffee's gonna be back on Monday. Roger that. Well, I'll be on them. I'll probably check in on y'all tomorrow. We might do some mid morning thing. Morning, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Friday won't see you Saturday or Sunday. That's all my grandbaby's time, boy. This is gonna be the best weekend ever, son. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out. I really do. I just remind you, try to be a positive. Keep some negative, watch your peripherals, keep your head on a swivel. Don't live in no fantasy land. But you don't have to choose to stay in the negative. Avoid as much as you can. And like when you get around your home and you're back in your safe area, then you know what? Smile. Work on making it a good day. You're in the driver's seat. Don't let other people have that control over you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn bitter. Don't be ashamed to bow your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke, but a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Just keep showing up. You keep doing the right thing. You keep lead the way. You be the example. Stand on higher ground. In case nobody told you, God loves you. He's just waiting to hear from you.
Keep the shotgun in the family. Raise your babies by the book. And keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. It's Hump Day, Wednesday. Take a moment and talk to God. He's waiting. He loves you. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Thanks for being here. Peace.